Reba McEntire sets up collaboration with the voice cast and Happy's Place when she brings Michael Bublé and Snoop Dogg on set. She quickly feels regret for the collab. The Voice is a hit singing competition TV show. Season 26 recently premiered its first episode on September 23rd. This season, coaches have switched things up for the show quite a bit. First-time coaches are Michael Bublé and Snoop Dogg, who have taken up headlines with their bromance. Reba McEntire is doing it all this year. In addition to starring in the upcoming sitcom Happy's Place, she is a returning coach on The Voice. She stirred up lots of attention by using the first replay button. It was only introduced this season to go back and hit the button for a performer after the performance ended. She used it in the first episode, shocking fans. The show is still in its blind auditions episodes, which are blind as the judges face away from the performers and can only turn around by pressing the button that announces they want the singer on their team or when the performance ends. As both shows are on NBC, it seemed super easy for The Voice and Happy's Place to collaborate. People shared a video of the skit, which shows the coaches on the Happy's Place set. However, Gwen Stefani seemed to be absent from the skit. McEntire welcomes her fellow judges, Snoop and Michael, to the comedy shows set on Stage 33. Furthermore, she seems to be behind a bar. The guys ask her about her show and who Happy is. She explains that he is her father. "That's so cute. Do I get to meet him?" Bublé asks. Then McEntire states, "Oh, sorry, he died." Melissa Peterman, television host and Reba's co-star, enters the set and reminds McEntire that she is no longer supposed to be there. Moreover, the actress asks, "Reba, what are you doing here? You're going to be late for The Voice." Then, she appears to get starstruck as she is in the same room as Snoop and Michael. Additionally, Peterman gets anxious but excited as she greets the celebrities. "Hey, Mr. Dog, Mr. Bublé." "Hi, Michael, may I call you Milky Bubbles?" she asks the singer. Bublé seems a little uncomfortable, but he agrees. Peterman then goes on adding, "It's because your voice is just like a warm bath, it just washes over you." Then, McEntire tries to get Snoop and Michael out while Peterman continues talking. However, Peterman does not let the stars exit too quickly as she seemingly begs to come with them. In addition, she expresses her strength and tells the rapper, "Snoop, I could carry you." "Yo, for real?" Snoop asks before heading back to her and doing a trust fall with the celebrity. The television host gushes over the fact that she is holding Snoop and says, "Oh my gosh, you're so much better than my body pillow." Then Reba seems desperate to get her cast members out, repeating, "We gotta go." Additionally, Snoop allows Peterson to join, saying, "Come with us." As Peterson follows them out, Reba overwhelmingly remarks, "Oh no, oh Lord, I regret this. Oh boy." They all exit as a sign reading "Cold beer" is shown. What do you think about the crossover that seems to be promoting Happy's Place? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Reba McEntire, a name synonymous with country music royalty, has been a beloved figure in the entertainment industry for decades. Her powerful voice, magnetic stage presence, and down-to-earth personality have made her a household name. She's conquered music, television, and even Broadway, and most recently, she's been in the spotlight as a coach on The Voice, where fans were excited to see her share her expertise with up-and-coming artists. However, in a surprising revelation, Reba recently admitted that she has some regrets about her involvement with The Voice and a collaboration tied to an old project called Happy's Place. This unexpected confession has left fans scratching their heads. What exactly happened with Reba's time on The Voice? And what does Happy's Place have to do with it? In this article, we'll dive deep into Reba's history with both projects, explore the reasons behind her recent regrets, and try to understand the legendary artist's complex relationship with her career choices. Reba McEntire's association with The Voice is the kind of collaboration that seems like a match made in heaven. With her decades of experience in the music industry and a career filled with chart-topping hits, Reba is the ideal mentor for aspiring singers. When it was announced that she would be joining the judges panel for The Voice after Blake Shelton's departure, fans were ecstatic. Blake, who had long been the face of the show, and Reba, who shares a close personal friendship with him, made the transition feel seamless. At first, Reba seemed to enjoy her new role. She was charismatic and encouraging, offering invaluable advice to contestants while maintaining the warm, approachable persona that has endeared her to millions of fans. Viewers loved watching her on the show, and it seemed like she was poised to become one of The Voice's iconic coaches. However, during a recent interview, Reba opened up about her time on The Voice in a way that no one saw coming. While reflecting on her experience, she admitted that she had some misgivings about joining the show in the first place. "It was a great opportunity, no doubt about it," Reba explained. "But I've always been someone who likes to keep things fresh and personal. I don't know if The Voice gave me the chance to do that in the way I had hoped." For Reba, it wasn't about disliking the show or the people she worked with. In fact, she has repeatedly praised her fellow coaches and the contestants she mentored. Rather, her regrets seemed to stem from a feeling that the structure of the show didn't allow her to be as authentic as she would have liked. "I love being a mentor, don't get me wrong," she continued. "But sometimes I felt like I was playing a role more than just being Reba. It's a big machine, that show. It's fast-paced, and there's not always room for those real human moments I value." The plot thickened when Reba mentioned another project, Happy's Place, an old regional television show that many younger fans might not even remember. Back in the 1980s, Happy's Place was a children's variety show that aired in select markets, blending puppets, music, and skits aimed at younger audiences. Reba, still building her career at the time, made a few appearances on the show as part of its country music segments. It was a quirky, fun endeavor that fit the times, but it was far from the polished productions Reba would later become known for. During the interview, Reba reflected on her experience with Happy's Place and connected it to her more recent work on The Voice. "Looking back, I thought it was just something silly I did when I was young, but there's a part of me that wishes I'd stayed more connected to those small, intimate projects where you're really hands-on," she said. Happy's Place was low budget, sure, but it was real. I was a part of it, creating something with people who genuinely loved what they were doing. It wasn't about ratings or staying on brand, it was just about having fun. It turns out that Happy's Place holds a special place in Reba's heart because of its authenticity and the freedom she had during her appearances. Reba's mention of this show, contrasted with her current experience on The Voice, highlights a longing for simpler times when she could let loose and be herself without worrying about the pressures of big network television. So, what's at the heart of Reba's regret? It seems to be a conflict between authenticity and the demands of the modern entertainment industry. For an artist like Reba McEntire, who has always worn her heart on her sleeve, the highly produced nature of The Voice might have felt somewhat stifling. The show thrives on competition, fast turnarounds, and large audiences, all of which can make it difficult for coaches to connect deeply with each contestant in the way they might want to. On Happy's Place, there was none of that pressure. It was about fun, engagement, and creativity, without the massive stakes that come with primetime television. For Reba, it seems that her involvement in The Voice reminded her of what she once valued about projects like Happy's Place: freedom, fun, and a lack of commercialism. Of course, this doesn't mean that Reba hated her time on The Voice. She has expressed gratitude for the experience and her appreciation for the opportunity to work with so many talented individuals. But the confession of regret reveals a more complex relationship with fame and large-scale projects than fans might have previously realized. When Reba's comments about her regrets hit the news, fans were initially surprised. After all, she seemed to be having a blast on The Voice, and many assumed that it was the perfect next step in her legendary career. However, as the dust settled, many longtime fans began to understand where she was coming from. One fan commented on social media, "It just goes to show that even someone as successful as Reba wants to keep things real. She's a true artist, and sometimes these big TV shows don't allow for that authenticity."